I present to you Jeffrey Cobelli.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. One more time. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you. I've kind of always want to do that. Every time I see a speaker, they do that to me, and I'm like, oh, this guy, he's going to do it again. I had to do it. I start out, anything that I do, anytime that I talk, I start out first and foremost with a state of gratitude. And I have 4 chapters that I have in my head, and I kind of have ADD when I speak, so hopefully I come back and around to it. But it's going to be gratitude, opportunity, courage, and payoff. And really why I start with gratitude, because this right now, even though lights are on me, I have a microphone and my sound is coming out of speakers, this is not about me. This is about you guys. And I'm so grateful to be here, because in my life, on my journey, which never ends, I'm on a journey to help people. And to come here to speak to you all, because I was once in your shoes, is really a blessing for me. It's also a great opportunity because I'm terrified right now. And I'm a big person about overcoming fears, doing things you're afraid of. I live for awkward moments. I think I make awkward moments intentionally sometimes, which makes other people uncomfortable. But then I tell them after it was just for fun, and they get it. So really, this opportunity, and really before I begin, actually, nobody's really had time to think about it, but can anybody think of something that they want me to talk about, that they want to get out of this? Is there anything going on? I know you're all high schoolers, so you have seniors that are going into college. It could be a college question, it could be a life question, it could be a filmmaking question. Does anybody have anything yet? Maybe. You can raise your hand and ask me now. If you don't have it now, think about it, because the last 15 minutes, I have a little surprise for you guys. That'll last about 5 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes, I really want to have a conversation. I do want to talk about courage, because that's really important in life. You're always going to have fears, and I've spent a lot of time trying to get over those fears. And I was talking to the middle school earlier, and one of the things I was talking about, and I started thinking about it after. I don't think I really told anybody this story, but I was telling my football story, that I was a quarterback in middle school, and I was dating like the head cheerleader, and I thought like I was the man. And I go to training camp, and I'm excited. We just had a great year last year. I'm the star quarterback. Life is good. And my coach pulls me aside, and he's like, hey, we need to talk. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get like a pep talk, right? So he's like, so you're not gonna be quarterback this year. So I said, why? He says, because you're too fat. 12-year-old kid, 13-year-old kid, being told by a superior that he can't do something. And I took it right in the chin. What people don't know about me is I'm a big crybaby. Like, I am sensitive. Like, I don't know. Like, guys, listen, if you're afraid to cry, don't be. It'll work for you. If anybody knows it, don't try to be that bad. I never cry. No. Watch those girly movies. Read the Hunger Games. Like, do that stuff. It'll work for you. This is where my ADD kicks in, because now I don't know what I'm talking about. So that year, when I got told I couldn't do something, I just did nothing. Like, life stopped. I didn't do anything. Insecurity starts setting in. I wasn't doing as much as I wanted to. Like, I wasn't even getting outside enough. I was, friends were falling behind. So it was like a little change, and I got my act together a little bit and started eating better, working out, and lost the weight. I was not playing football anymore. Like, I gave up on that. That was gone. I was like, whatever with them. I'm gonna do something else. But what am I gonna do? So I go into high school, and I'm sure there's ninth graders in here, right? So this is your It's beginning, right? So you're like, what is going on? When I went to high school, I felt pretty good. I got into shape, got some new clothes from mom, was walking around. I looked good. I was getting eyes. Like, this is great. Got a girlfriend, first girlfriend, second girlfriend, first girlfriend in high school. And driving around with her, and as you know, my name is Jeff. She goes, we're driving to a party. She goes, so Mike, I was like, what? She was like, oh, shucks. So I let that slide once. And then she did it again. In the same car ride. I said, stop. I got out of the car and I just started walking. Later in high school, I'm playing baseball now. And I got into some trouble. That's another story. And I was told I could not play baseball. My coach, who was also my principal, told me, you cannot play baseball. So I asked, knowing Mr. Georgalis, which was my football coach, told me I couldn't do something because I was too fat. Now I'm at this point in my early life saying, I'm not letting somebody tell me I can't do something anymore. So coach, what do I got to do? So I got these guidelines. If you do this, this, and that over the next 6 months to a year, we'll see if you can get back on the team. Did everything I could. Came back, captain of the baseball team, starting pitcher, number 1 starting pitcher. Felt really good. Confidence back up again, feeling good. Go to college. Mess up. Get kicked out. Told I could not come back. A lot of no's. A lot of no's in my life. I hear this a lot. And I'll talk about my filmmaking stuff, and we'll get to that. But there's a journey that I've been on to get to this point where I can stand up on stage to talk to you about this stuff. So I just want to get that premise out there. Got my grades back up. Academic probation, told I couldn't do something. What do I got to do? Figure this out. These up and downs. These are all challenges in my life, obstacles. Would have been easy just to say, you know what, I'm just going to go work at McDonald's. That's it for me, you know? Every time. Get my grades back up, go to college. I go to Emerson College, great film school in Boston. Start working for a radio station, feeling good, my voice on the radio. I was horrible. They put me on from 2 in the morning to 6 in the morning. If anybody ever asks you to work at a time when nobody else is awake, you're not that good at what you do. So I do that. So what do I got to do to get better? Talk to my program director. What do I got to do to get better? Record your shows, give me the CDs, I'll critique you at the end. Great. Every week, giving him CDs. Never hear back from him. At the end of the semester, I'm like, hey Pat, so, like, where's the feedback? He goes, I never got the CDs and I didn't listen to anything. So I know they were in his mailbox. It has his name on it. My CD was there one day. Go back the next week. My CD's not there. Put a new one in. Somebody got it. It was him. He listened to it and just thought I was awful. Thought I didn't have a chance. He was telling me without telling me I couldn't do something. Graduate college, film and TV major, and moved back to New York. And now I have 3 internships at the same time, looking for work. And finally, one guy hired me. And after a couple of months, feeling good again, got a job. And through another disagreement with a superior, I get fired. So now I have student debt. I have to move back home. I'm fired. Girlfriend's just hanging on, this new girlfriend, she's just hanging on to this mess again, right? What am I going to do with my life? Now I'm older, I'm like 23. What am I going to do with my life? And this is something that I don't think I always thought about. And when I was your age, I really wish I did more. What's my purpose in life? This is where I came to. What really makes me happy? And I realized I wanted to do good things for people. I was working, when I did work in the TV and film arena, I just realized there was a lot of stuff. I mean, we all see it. We see all these reality shows. We see all this stuff. And I'm looking at all this content, and I'm like, something's not right here. Somebody should be doing something else. So I get a job to go on this trip to the Dominican Republic. I think I'm documenting a bunch of chiropractors, which is what happened. But on that trip, and the Dominican Republic is a third world country, and anybody who hasn't been to another country or a third world country or hasn't done humanitarian work, do that. Because without that trip, which is called Cairo Mission, I would not be here. I saw how people live. I saw people without opportunity. And when I came back, I realized how much opportunity I have. Where you are right now in life at Athens Academy, which 3 days now I'm here, and I've watched Ms. Thompson, and that is an unbelievable teacher. There was a teacher that changed my life. And if I had Ms. Thompson, she would have been that woman. She would have did the same thing. So I want to do something better. So I come up with this concept. I'm going to start a company called Good For You Productions. Vision with purpose. I'm going to change the world. I still have that company, by the way. That was 6 years ago. This is my purpose. I get to work on a lot of videos. I work on documentaries that, at least as far as people tell me, help to change lives for the better. That makes me happy. I know this is my purpose. I found a way from working in media and getting all these skills, whether it's a newspaper, whether it's a radio show, whether it's writing, all of these skills built up. And I just thought I was going to be this media guy. I wanted to be the next Martin Scorsese. That might happen still. I don't know. We'll shoot for that. But that's my purpose. So I get to work with a lot of great people now. And I want to share a video with a client of mine who's also a really good friend. And this is about a 5-minute video. And the video explains itself, but the idea of it is dance like you don't care who's watching. So in a way, it's about overcoming your fears. And it's about doing something even when somebody tells you can't do it or might judge you for it. Because anything that you're going to do, and you'll hear Dr. Nima, who's the client, you'll hear him talk about it. No matter what you do, the greatest people in the world had critics. You're not going to be, is anybody here perfect? No, there's no hands. Nobody has all the answers. I was talking to the middle school earlier saying, one of the authors that's helped to start change my life and my perception about things was Ralph Waldo Emerson. Does anybody read him? Hands? Incredible guy. He said, all life is an experiment. That means there's no book on how to live this thing. We are so lucky to be here and to live this, and for us to have an opportunity like this school, and where I came from a good school too. If I let people tell me no and I listen to that, wasted opportunity. I don't want anybody in this room to waste an opportunity in life of having an amazing life, because you can. You just have to decide to. And you have to not care about what other people think. So I want you to watch this video, and then we're going to talk about, there's like another surprise. We're going to talk about that after. But here's the video. Enjoy. Make sense? You guys get that? Did you notice that guy in the back dancing at the end, by the way? That was me. I can do that. How many brave people are in this room? Raise your hand. And then after you raise your hand, come up on the stage. Get up here. Oh, we got a lot. I like this. So we need we need some support here from you guys. Can you make that louder? A little louder? So I need you guys. Can that go louder? Is this allowed? I need you guys to dance like you don't care. They're not watching. Are we gonna dance or what? We're pointing, look at this, we're pointing, reacting. Go nuts. Can we get a clap going for them? Can we encourage them a little bit? All right, good. All right, stop. Get back to your teams. That's not supposed to be that easy. Round of applause. So for the people that were watching and for the people that were dancing, register your emotion right now. Just feel the energy in this room. What just happened? Different, right? The people who danced, what did that feel like? Energetic? Now, I was watching the people that were watching. You know what they were doing to you? He's crazy. She's crazy. I love that. I hate that. I love that. All different reactions. You can't predict that. You just have to live life like you don't care who's watching. Be yourself. You're the only person that's going to get in your way. There's going to be people that challenge you, give you obstacles. It's your job to go around them, to make your own path. That's why I think I was asked here to speak to you guys, not about my filmmaking. I stopped letting people say no to me. So that takes courage. So anytime you're afraid of something, think about how you're going to feel about that after you accomplish something. So like for me, like I still play baseball. And I used to be afraid of like the really fast pitcher guy. And I would get up and I'm like, oh my God, this guy throws so hard. And I'm like shivering. How do you think I did against that guy? Not because he was throwing hard. I didn't even give myself a chance for success because I was so scared. And not even because I was so scared, but I didn't develop the courage yet to overcome that fear. This right now is terrifying. I am so nervous and scared of you guys. How many of you guys are nervous? Nobody, right? It's just me. But every time I do this, I'm building myself. I'm strengthening myself. I'm building character. That's really important to never stop. This is the journey that I'm talking about. I'm 30 years old. I don't know how many 30-year-olds get asked to speak to high schoolers. There's a reason, and it's not me. I've just learned stuff. I've made contacts with people like Dr. Neiman. I've had my eyes open the whole time. How do I do this better? How do I get from here to here? It's really important. So when you guys have a test, when you guys have a play, I know there's the one-act play. I was watching who's in that? We have people here from yesterday, right? Unbelievable. Talk about expression and connection and how important that is. You guys are playing these games. I don't even know half the stuff you guys were doing. That was just fun to watch. But imagine you didn't have that. Imagine you couldn't connect with somebody else on the smallest level. What was the game you were playing? The whoosh? What a simple game. You say whoosh and go like this. And throw it to somebody else. Whoosh! And everybody else does it and follows each other. That's not about the whoosh. You're connecting to everybody. And if you're not present in that situation, because you have to wait until you get a whoosh to do another whoosh. Right? Am I right? And if you mess up, you just messed up the connection. Without that, you will not necessarily live the happiest life. It is a desire for us to connect to other people, to tell stories, to share, to express what we're feeling. Don't be afraid of that. Who cares? Everybody knows YOLO, right? You only live once. You only live once. Right, true. But it doesn't mean you be irresponsible about it. Take responsible chances, because that payoff's going to be huge. If you're going to take a chance on anything, don't go buy lotto tickets. Take a chance on yourself. I give you all permission to be yourself. If there's somebody in this room that's like, oh my God, I wish I could be myself. I just gave you permission. No more excuses. From here on out, you get to be who you want to be. It's your choice. Don't blame the school. Don't blame your peers. Don't blame your teachers. We'll go back to Emerson, talk about self-reliance and independence. Don't let other people influence you. Be who you want to be. That's the payoff. That's what makes it worth it. This never stops for me. This goes on and on. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody want to talk about anything? Go ahead.
Did you like Emerson for college?
I have. So anything in life, any experience, has a positive and a negative. If you look at it any other way, it's a lopsided opinion. Right? You might have a boyfriend. Oh, he's the best boyfriend ever. No, he's not. He's not. He's not the best boyfriend ever. But he might be a good guy. But he has some like weird things that he did. You know? So Emerson was good and bad. I was a transfer student. So when I went to Emerson, Emerson's very cliquey. So if you don't go in with everybody else, they're like, oh, who's that guy? He's like, oh, that's the transfer student. But what happened was there was another transfer student named Betsy. We've been best friends for 10 years. The film that I showed last night, Someday Melissa, it's about a 19-year-old girl who died of bulimia. Sad story. Mother calls me up. I want to do this documentary. This is really important to me. I want to do this in my daughter's memory. She said, tell me a little about yourself. So I said, I'm 26. This was 26 years old, graduated from Emerson College. She goes, stop. She goes, my daughter was accepted into Emerson 2 days before she died. So, it's a crazy answer to a simple question. But yeah, it's cool. It has a lot of hands-on stuff, and the teachers are great. The campus is beautiful. It's in the middle of Boston. It's an amazing city with a bunch of young kids, and it's all, no. I won't give you an answer like that, I'm sorry. But pretty good school. Anybody else? If you're afraid to ask a question right now, you're missing the whole point of this. Yes.
What's your favorite part about making documentaries?
The control. I'm kind of a control freak, a little bit. So I like directing people and then connecting with people. You know, I mean, look where this life has taken me. And I haven't even told you a fraction of the story. How much time do I have left? It is 10:40 right now? So I have about 6 minutes left. We have to do something before I wrap this up. Where's my students? You guys have to help us out with a favor. Where are you guys? Where's the camera? Yeah, come up here. So, listen to this before we continue. This is, by the way, this is me controlling. So we have a class project that we've been working on. And there's a story about a girl who is starring in a Broadway play. Musical? Play? Musical. There's words in music, maybe. She has her first show and has a terrible review. She gets shown to it by her peers. She rips it up, starts crying. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Being told she can't do something, right? Going back to like all the no stuff. So what does she do in the film? She practices and practices. Right on the stage, she practices. She comes back, she does another show, and it's a great show. At the end, she gets a standing ovation. Guess where you guys come in? You will give the standing ovation. So this will just take like 2 seconds. So we can even make it look like I said something awesome. But as soon as you guys are set up, basically let me know. And I really need you guys to sell this. I think this will be pretty cool because we were talking, we're like, how are we going to get everybody in one room? How are we going to get 300 people in a room at the same time? We'll send out an email. I was like, no, I'm speaking, so we can just do it then. No pressure on them, right? All right, so on the count of 3, we're going to do 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to say action audience. And I really need everybody to sell it. I mean, stand up. All that stuff. Do it right. We do it on one take. You recording? All right, ready? In 3, 2, action audience. And cut. And that's how movies are made. I think I have 5 minutes left. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any? Yes.
Why did you pick film?
Can I give you like an artist question? Like, I didn't pick film. Film picked me. I really think it was a transformation. Maybe it's the path of least resistance stuff. I just went with it. At 16, once I got turned on to Emerson, I was like, I can write this stuff too. So I started writing, and I was a published writer when I was 16. And then worked for a newspaper. Then I had the radio show. But then, something would happen. And I never wanted to stop. I'm a very motivated person, so even if somebody told me you're never going to be a disc jockey, it's over for you. All right, great. Okay, what else does Emerson have? Film. Let's do that. I got that. So I think that was the last thing, Overall, I'm a storyteller. Do I tell good stories? Yeah, that was, I guess I'm gonna work on that. So, I like telling stories, right? I'm better with pictures and lights and noises and all that stuff more than words. So I would say that is the real reason why I ended up in film. I don't think I chose film. Yep.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? It's really sad. My favorite movie is Casablanca. It's a really old film. It's a really sad story. I saw that you guys actually do that. The film, you used to do a play about it. That is just, it's old movies for me. On the Waterfront, which is again, old movie, black and white. Charlie Chaplin. You ever seen Charlie Chaplin films? That guy is a genius. He makes you laugh and tell stories, no words. It's incredible. The guy's way ahead of his time. If I could come back as somebody, it might be Charlie. That'd be pretty cool. But I would say those films, absolutely. Anybody else? Yes?
What's your favorite color and why?
So my favorite color changed, right? My favorite color used to be blue. And then somebody told me that geniuses? See, this is why I changed it. Their favorite color is green. So now my favorite color is green, because they say, oh, the genius like green. Yeah, you have another question, yes?
What's your color of your toothbrush?
Are we dating? I've gotten to know him, so I can fool around with him. Anybody else? I just want to take one more and then I want to wrap it up. Yes? I think if all goes well, it will be part of your video library. We're trying to figure out how that's going to work. Because I would like you guys to just have it. But they were talking about maybe Thursday. I won't be here anymore, but maybe Thursday or next Thursday or something like that, we'll have another screening. But that's something that's online that you can, if you wanted it for home use, you could buy it online. The school buys it, that's great too. So I think I have to wrap this up because I think the clock says 10:40. Yeah. The whole point of this really is, again, I want you all to feel empowered. If anybody, and I know there are, somebody in here thinks they can't do something because either somebody, father, mother, teacher, preacher, somebody in your life told you, or you're lacking the awareness that you can do anything that you want. You're going to fail in your life. You're going to have setbacks. Everybody knows the cliches. It's not how many times you get knocked down or something. Right? You gotta get back up. Do it again until you get it right. You do only live once. And you have a lot of potential. So be who you want to be and do what you want to do, because at the end of the day, who cares? Thank you.